Yeah.
All right, hey, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, before we get started, giving all praise, honor, and glory
to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, HaKadosh.
Double honors once again, as always, to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. All right, and taught us this truth, peace, much love, and salutations as always until the full elect. The brothers out here in Great Millstone, Nashville. Another Saturday, another camp lesson all through the Spirit, and probably how about Shai, Lord's will. You know, as always, is to be edifying to the elect. All right, we're now here once again, as stated, to let our people know, the so-called blacks, Native American Latinos, all right, that you are the chosen people according to the Bible and pursuant to the book of Romans, it is high time to wake out of sleep. All right, for our salvation is nearer than when we leave. Okay, so we're getting ready to get out of here. We're getting ready to be delivered. But there has to be, you know, very tribulous things that, if that's a word, but very, very troubling times that has to happen before, you know, we get out of here. And like the brother mentioned, more prophecy. You know, yeah, kind of. You got something real quick?
Acts 14 and verse 22.
Yeah.
Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith.
Yep.
And that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of God.
Yeah, so through much tribulation, that's how we're going to enter the kingdom of Yahweh Shai. That's how we're going to receive our inheritance. That's how we're going to receive our glory. Which first and foremost, Yahweh Shai has to receive his first. You know, Yahweh Shai has to receive his first, man.
It's not Charles.
Yeah, come. Is that it?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Second Ezra 7, then I'm going to start at 6. There's also another thing. A city is built and set upon a broad field and is full of all good things. The entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could be one man go there at once.
Yeah, it's a straight and narrow path. There's a straight and can we get that?
Second Ezra?
Yeah. No, he's in that now.
Acts 7.
But grab that. You know, this is a straight and narrow path. And like I said, it's a path of difficulty. Okay, and we'll also get that word for straight. You know, finish it up.
Verse 9, it says, if this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance?
Right, so we got to go through this danger in order to receive our inheritance, man. We have to go through the sad difficulties to receive the plentifulness of the kingdom. You know, to be gods and kings and judges of the earth. All right, to be judging the heathen. You know, judging our people, judging the heathen. You know, saying that, hey, no, don't do that. Put that rat down. All these things, it requires some what's the it's a word for pretty much. Yeah, which here what does it say? We rehearse the righteous acts. You know, but it comes with some discipline. Okay. Yeah, being disciplined rather. Okay. Go ahead.
Verse 10, and I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion.
Yeah, even so also is Israel's portion. So we got to go through a lot of hell and a lot of bullshit to receive everything. Everything that, you know, everything that your heart desires, you know, the things that you truly want in life. Hell, to be able to truly live, we have to go through this.
Yep.
You know, we have to be put through that fire. That is two types of fire. It's the fire that the Lord is putting his men through, and then it's that missile fire. So we would rather go through this fire versus, you know, the contrary, versus the latter end. Okay, because that end is just a death, and there's no honor attached to that. With the path that we're going down, there's honor attached to that. There's dignity. There's, man, that was the myth, and that's going to be for eternity. For eternity, you're going to be looked at as a god. You're going to be looked at as a man that stood his ground when shit was just completely bad. And then when we get into the kingdom, this shit is gonna be nothing. That's another scripture. Romans 8. Yeah, 8. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Starting at 17. You know.
The upper echelon.
Yeah. We gonna be them guys, man. Go ahead, bro.
So fire purifies.
Yeah. Right.
So
cleansing agent.
the elect, the 1/3, they're gonna go through a spiritual purification, and like what the lesson's gonna begin with, the 2/3, they're gonna get a physical and spiritual purification.
Yeah.
You're gonna be burnt the fuck up. And so we're warning our people to go through that physical, that spiritual purification, going through the sufferings of Yahweh Shah. You made that lesson this week, dealing with the purification, the sufferings, many don't want to suffer, you know. And so we're going through a spiritual purification.
Yeah.
Because we are cleaning ourselves up for the return of Yahweh Shah.
Yeah, exactly. And like you said, Jake is going to have to suffer on the physical and spiritual aspect. That's why the scriptures speak about come out and hurt my people, which is manyfold. You know, they be not partakers of the plagues, but mindset-wise, you need to remove yourself from this place. You need to cleanse your spirit, man. Yeah. This is the true, as the world say, brainwashing. You know, this is how you receive, and how are you washed? By the word. You know? Yeah. Yeah, so your mind needs to be removed. You need a brainwash. Because the mind that you've grown up to, you know, think that everything is, this shit is okay, is wrong, man.
But it's showing nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially the way that the condition of how the earth is maneuvering. Why would you want to be a part of this? Why would you still want to hold on to something that's clearly being stripped from you? You can't even live properly anymore, man. It's a struggle now to live. It's a struggle to just eat. It's a struggle just to keep the lights on, man. So why would you want to hold on to this? You know?
It's the saying of, it's cheaper to cook at home. You go buy groceries now, for a meal for that night, $30. I could have went and got some tacos, you know.
3 tacos.
Yeah,
like $11.99 for 3. Really good.
You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be around the same price. Now everything's increasing. Hell is, all this shit is increasing, man. Your body's getting worse. It's getting better but worse. Now brothers are getting into the gym and changing their diet, but you're more sick than a nigga at McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? We're catching hell on every aspect, but that's the tribulation that we have to go through, man. We got to go through these things. We have to go through, being looked down upon and people turning on us. Close people that we know and love dearly, passing. Okay. Esau continuing on with his BS. These are things that we're gonna have to continue to go through until the end. And once that end, or not once the end comes, but we're out here to tell you that the end is approaching. You know what I'm saying?
Birth pains.
Yeah, it's all birth pains.
Yeah, because it says that in Ezekiel 7, the end is coming.
Yeah.
Okay, and you think that this is gonna go on forever, you're sadly mistaken. You're gonna have your forward generations upon generations. Nah, because look at the condition now. You can tell it's about the earth. Not the earth. America itself is about to give out at any given moment. It's being held by a little needle. Once that needle, that little strand, when you play tug of war and the war
string,
that string and it's an old rope and it's being held by that string. That's America. That's how much is being held of that spirit of America.
Yeah, like in the cartoons and shit, they would have it. It would constantly go away, and that's what America's in the state of. It's constantly going away, constantly falling away. Every strand, as the brother said, is falling off till you're left with just this tiny thread.
Yeah.
And the Most High is just about to tell the angels, hey man, go and snip that bitch. Yeah. You had something?
Yeah, I had a precept for what you were saying.
Yep.
About that fiery trial. Beloved, think it not strange
Where you at?
concerning Salakia. 1 Peter 4:12.
Okay.
Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you.
You're right. Hey, think it not strange, okay, concerning the fiery trial. These things are put here in front of you to test you.
Yep.
Okay, and to see, how pretty much test your character, see how you're gonna react to it. as we say all the time, man, everything doesn't require a reaction. So the Lord is going to put certain things in front of your, in your life and your walk, to where you don't need to necessarily, jump on it or whatever the case may be. But it's all a test. It's all to see how you're going to react to that said situation, man. Phone had time on that. Okay, it's all just a test to see how you're gonna do, and it builds your character. All right, you're going through hell. You're like, why am I going through this? Because it's building your character. The Lord is, you don't know what the flaw is, but the Lord is removing it. Then He's gonna reveal it to you in the end. Damn, yeah, man, you know what? As soon as I start doing this, that's when this shit start doing, and that's it. See, the Most High, because I've been meditating on it, throughout this week, which brother's been saying it, but you actually have to apply it too, to myself first and foremost, because the Lord is going to make shit happen for you. He's going to, move shit around the way that, but you have to put the effort first, effort first,
That was like that joke, Pursuit of Happiness.
Yeah.
The kid was talking about how somebody was stranded at sea, and then he died after multiple boats came. He said, "Guy, why didn't you help me?" He's like, "Dummy, I sent you multiple boats.
Yeah.
You got to get on the boat. You got to put the effort in to get there. You can't just expect it to be given to you on a silver spoon."
No, you have to go and actually do something. And I've noticed, and it only took a couple days, but within the span of 2 days of me actually getting up and doing something, doing some action, that's when shit start to move better. Now it's like, oh shit, this ain't actually that bad. So you have to move. You got to keep fucking moving, man. You can't just be stagnant and just sitting there, Lord, where's my blessing? Nigga, you're not going to get it.
Be like water.
Yeah, you're not going to get it if you're not moving, man. So we have to make sure that that's a lesson too, keep moving. We have
That's
to
with
make
everything.
Sure, we have to make sure that we keep moving. Your day-to-day life, your spiritual walk, okay? Especially the work.
You pray
Go ahead.
pray for patience, and right as soon as you in a situation, you didn't put an action for it.
Yeah, your fist go
Well,
up.
Lord, I pray for patience. Yeah, He gave it to you. You just didn't utilize it.
And the Lord is going to put you through, again, He's going to put you through situations that test that area
That suck.
that you're
Fucking
asking
suck
to get. So if you want more wisdom, He's going to put you in a situation where, nigga, you got to be wise. He's going to get you pulled over. He's going to get you a piece of shit cop that pulls you over and wants to go back and forth. And you got to use wisdom.
Which is also why you can't be scared and being that SpongeBob spirit of not going outdoors and never experiencing things, because you're going to have to get into the uncomfortable. You're going to have to make a poor decision and a mistake to get into that situation where you have to make those changes.
Yeah. Now, don't go around making stupid-ass decisions. That's not what we're saying.
It's got to be
What we are
naturally
saying, too,
genuine. And
at the same time, you will make stupid-ass decisions. So if you can receive it, you can receive it. But
if not, then you just get off the video.
You ain't built, nigga.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just it. But you're gonna fuck up. You're gonna do dumb things. But it's first and foremost about the sincerity of it. Okay, because sincerely, sometimes Jake be tripping. You think you're doing good, but you're not.
There's certain things that
then the brother come to you, it's like, the fuck was that?
we all been through it.
You know what I'm saying? It happens to everybody. It happens to, what they say, it happens to the best of us. And seeing as the elect of Yahweh B'Shem Al Shai, okay, that's the best of the best. Well, we're gonna go through shit. So we got to keep moving throughout all that, man.
And there's certain things that they gotta pick up themselves that be self-inflicting. So sometimes there's a lot of things that Jake will do, and it's like you put that there yourself.
Yeah, self-inflicted wounds.
Yeah, self-inflicted wounds. Yeah, we even went into that yesterday. You're gonna catch hell when serving the Lord, but there's certain things that you can easily avoid. It's like, well, brother, you put that on yourself. You did that. You can't really be mad at nobody but yourself.
Yep. Yeah, man. So it's definitely a thing, man. You had something?
I want to grab this rock.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 2:1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Somebody go in that word temptation, Baba Shah.
It says, prepare thy soul for temptation. So, nigga, get ready. I mean, he's essentially letting you know that you're getting ready to go through some hell.
Nobody said it would be easy.
Yeah, the Lord never put, in fine print that this would be easy.
What did Yahweh Shah say? He said, I pray that you take them not from the evil, but that
preserve
thou protect them from it.
Yeah, preserve and protect them.
Yep.
And that's a beautiful point that you brought out, because the Lord, like you just said, the Lord didn't ask us to be taken out of the evil. He said He asked us to be kept from it.
Yep.
And to go through it. That's why when you praying to the Lord and you're going through a situation, ask the Lord to get you through it. Don't ask for it to be taken away. There's no building within that.
Exactly.
You don't get builded up by things just getting taken away from you. You gotta go through the hell to get this shit, man.
What doesn't kill you make you stronger.
Yeah. And niggas throw that term around loosely as hell, but then life actually happens and then nobody wants to deal with it.
Yeah.
Bro, you have to deal with these things. You know?
Right.
Go ahead. Oh,
The word temptation.
yeah, come.
Temptation on Google. The desire to do something, especially something wrong or unwise. I'm gonna get that again.
Yeah,
Temptation on Google. The desire to do something, especially something wrong or unwise.
Yeah, wrong or unwise. Okay? And read that scripture again.
My Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 2:1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Yeah, so the Lord is pretty much telling you you're going to be tempted, all right, and situations are going to be put into, because going off is easy.
Yeah.
It's extremely easy to be in the earth. There's no requirements of being a nigger. You can just go and do what you want, whenever you want, however you want. And there's no repercussions, there's no actions, consequences. There's nothing.
Because it's saturated throughout the earth.
Yeah. And everybody's doing it. It's in fashion. It looks good, feels good.
Gross,
Yeah.
Darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness
Yeah,
the
the people, yeah. So there's no, but that's the temptation. So we're separating ourselves from that. So that the Lord is telling you, when you come to serve me, prepare your soul for temptation. Prepare to be tested by things that ain't the wisest to do. But I'm going to see what you're going to do about it.
Yeah, because the Christian church doesn't teach that.
No.
Ultimately, the black church, they don't push
Yeah,
temptation.
they're the worst.
They don't push serving God or challenges.
You're
okay?
better off not going at all.
Yeah.
But you're better off going to the Edomite church. Yeah, because a black church, you're going to lose.
It's like a cartoon.
Yeah.
You walk in there,
It's
it's
a
like
damn
a
show.
Looney Tune show when you go in there, jumping and all types of shit.
Twerking.
And twerking.
They be twerking in there.
One of the elders in
Little skirts.
Baltimore, they were swagging and surfing. Remember that song, Swag?
Yeah.
In the church.
Yeah.
And it's
I
like,
remember.
how can you, and it's black, it's one nigga, and the whole audience is so-called black women. You can't take that serious. It's a joke.
No edification.
No edification and
On
sliding
camera.
donuts on camera. Hey, you get a donut and you get a donut. Where's the edification? The Lord is not even in the conversation at all. It's like, dude, man.
That bitch dressed like the Fortnite hoe.
Honestly, I think that is.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Where else do you see that?
Yeah, I think it's not Mikasa, but it's the blue. I forgot
Some
what it is.
anime bitch.
Yeah,
Was
go
it,
ahead.
Was it Comic Con?
Yeah, some
Sirach 2
It's a little anime convention.
and verse 2. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure.
You gotta
Yeah,
endure.
okay,
It's
so
like you gotta endure the challenges that you face. All right, you have to endure it. You gotta bite the bullet. You gotta take the load. Yeah, it ain't fun. It ain't enjoyable. Yeah, it's tiring. It's exhausting. We get it. But the Lord's still like, nah, you still gotta deal. We was congregating on the phone. Congregating. No, not congregation. Conversating. That's the word. Conversating on the phone yesterday about things like that. Go ahead.
Continuing on. And make not haste in time of trouble.
Yeah, don't be so quick to make a haste decision, because that may not be the right decision because you automatically jump to it.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Verse 3.
Also, too, make not haste in time of trouble. Hey, once again, hey, just pray the Lord get you through it, man. Let the Lord do His thing. He's doing this, whatever's happening to you, He's doing it for a reason. So allow Him to, finish His work. He's the master sculptor, if you will, the master artist. You know, there's many words, but yeah, he's the master artist. Allow him to do his work. Let him cook, as Jake said.
Yeah, let him cook.
You know,
You in the scope, like he's scoping you out, and you trying to hide from. No, man, just
that
take
nigga.
it.
Once you see that white light, hey, you done.
Yeah, you just gotta take it.
Yeah, you see the white light on top of the
Yeah.
building.
Yeah.
Now I'm done.
Yeah.
It's over with.
Yeah, it's
It's done.
and you can either look at it as I'm going through. You can look at it as, you know, as a bad thing. You can look at it as the Lord is testing you, and it's your turn. Because we all got turns.
Apostle Ariamla did a lesson a couple years ago. Right, yeah. Apostle Ariamla did a lesson a couple years ago entitled "When You're in the Scope." Roughly paraphrasing, you know, pretty much going into what you just said. When you're in the scope of the Lord, there's nothing that you can do but just be there.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta continue to go through it. Because when you look at it, what other option do you have? You know, I'm gonna just stop doing videos. Okay, then what? Like, you're still gonna be suffering. That shit's not gonna be lifted up from you. You're gonna catch more hell when you leave. But since you're in the earth, and you go back to doing wickedness willingly, you ain't gonna think you in hell no more. And that mind, you know, the spirit's gonna be pulled from you. So now you think, I'm way better off than I was in the truth. No, you're really worse. Look at it. Everybody that left, they are worse. They're terrible. You look at them now, it's like, damn. You know, this nigga's bad. One nigga,
Showing his titty on camera.
yeah. Nipples on camera.
Bar below.
Yeah, bar below, pack of Mentos.
32 demons.
You know, yabba dabba doo. One nigga left the truth and then got with a tranny.
Oh yeah.
And then was on the comment board
Tattoos.
cussing Great Millstone out. Yeah, y'all wicked. Nigga, you with a nigga.
Nigga, you're gay.
You're with a nigga.
Yeah, nigga, you with a nigga. How you figure that? But we wicked? Nah, bro. You're done.
Yeah.
And sweet. So,
New covenant.
That thing's more righteous than you.
yeah, right. So, you know, it's just, and that's in Hebrews, and there's another one, but pretty much going into you were better off
Matthew.
not knowing.
St. Peter.
Yeah.
Peter's not knowing.
Okay. Yeah, you were better off not
I
knowing.
got that in Matthew about the 7 spirits.
Yeah.
Y'all got that.
Yeah, you were better off not knowing the
So
truth.
the heavenly gift, taste of the heavenly gift.
Yep. Go ahead.
Sirach 2.
Yeah, a little bit more.
Yeah,
2 more.
verse 5.
3.
Yes, 3. Sirach 2 and 3. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
Yeah, so when you start catching hell, that don't mean detach yourself from the Lord. Cleave on more.
Yep.
Okay? Even if you did something that's self-afflicting, hey, cry to the Lord. Be like, Lord, look, I fucked up. You know, give me a chance. I'm sorry. You know, and to refrain from what you did. Okay? Go ahead.
Verse 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate.
And that's why a lot of Jake, they'll leave the truth, because they were brought down low, okay? The Lord was trying them. They don't want to taste that fiery flame, man. Okay? That's what a lot of people don't understand when they come into the truth. Just because you hear that you're an Israelite, it don't mean it's time to party and kumbaya, got the drink in the air. We're not in the time for that, man. And that's what a lot of Israelites come into the truth and do. They party and bullshit, but the end is coming. The end is here.
I got
And, but you want to play around and think it's just cute.
Raise the
Yeah,
roof,
raise the
spirit.
roof, shot. And it's like, nigga, these martial law troops, you don't even know what the hell. There's a possibility martial law can start April 20th. And you playing around and showboat.
And you're gonna get shot.
You gonna get shot.
You gonna get the shot.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Repenting is a remorseful thing. Y'all niggas don't understand that. Repenting is not something, you know, no, it's remorseful. You know, you're supposed to feel sorry.
It's not a fun act.
Yeah, you know, waking up to Israel, you know, you being an Israelite, that's great. But it's a lot of sorrow that comes with that, because you realize, damn, we've been fucking up this whole time. Our people been doing this for generations. The Lord, look what the Lord went through. When you understand all that, you know, it's not a lot of fun. It's great, but it's not a lot of fun.
That's the scripture that
Not
says,
yet.
speaks about how it's sweet as honey.
Yeah.
Bitter in your belly.
Once it hits that stomach, it turns bitter. You when you first come into the truth and you wake up, yeah, it's cool.
It's
Damn,
easy.
I'm an Israelite.
It's very easy.
You figure it out. Damn, yeah, man, yeah.
Jew.
And then it settle in. Like horseradish. Shit just.
Yeah, not lettuce.
not romaine
no romaine lettuce.
And look at him. You know?
Yeah, but nah, man. Once it settles in, it's like, damn, like the brother said, we've been fucking up this whole time, bro. Like we, in this flesh, as the scripture say, in my flesh dwelleth no good thing. You know, and then you continuously fuck up, not willingly. Now you're trying your best. Ironically, you know, once you start to try to do better, then all of a sudden you can't.
That's what Apostle Paul said.
Yeah.
That I want to do, I can't.
Yeah.
And that I can't. And that I don't want to do, I do.
Yeah. Once you want to do better, then all of a sudden it's more hard to do better. You didn't have these problems in the world. You didn't have these thoughts and, you know, body problems, and then Jake was running, doing whatever, just could stay up 24 hours and wake up and get an hour of sleep, wake up, be fine.
Because now the light in the midst of darkness.
Yeah.
And those demons see that, man.
Yeah.
Because this whole world has been saturated in darkness, and when those demons see one little glimmer of light sparkling, they say, "Oh yeah, we gotta put that light
Yeah.
out."
And what's that mean? What is that?
Yeah.
What is that?
They start running to it. So, you know, Lord willing, we're part of the elect. You know, we've been light in the, as it says, we've been we've been brought into this marvelous light. Because we was once in darkness, and now those demons see that light, and then they're trying to extinguish it. Because that's their job. That's what they're supposed to do. They've been given an order from Yahweh Shemi outside. Hey, what did Satan say? He's been going to and fro in the earth. He's been pushing forth wickedness, keeping people from the truth, from the Garden of Eden.
And see, the thing is, the devils also believe and tremble.
Yeah.
So they have a job. So that also means that you have a job.
Exactly.
You have a job as well to maintain
And the
and
way
to
to fight
endure.
it.
Yeah.
There's a way to fight it instead of just giving in.
The Lord literally tells you that. The scriptures tell you that when it speaks about that, He maketh a way for you to escape.
Yeah.
You know, the temptations, roughly
10:13.
paraphrasing.
Yeah.
Okay, there's always a way for you to get out of it. You don't gotta go to that that club, nigga. You can stay home, you know. Which I'm not saying going to the club is wicked. I'm saying, you know, in certain aspects, you go to a hookah bar. You know,
Every day,
exactly.
week, you at the bar. It's like, bro,
You know, you don't have to smoke. You don't have to eat pork. You can put it
you
down.
don't have to sleep with that man's woman. Get a woman
Yeah.
that's single. Why do
Yeah.
you want? She has a man.
You
Why
talking
do
to her, she's, yeah, man, he just don't treat me right. I'd rather be with you. Well,
Here, baby.
yeah, right, yeah. Well, you out of luck, bitch. You know, and I ain't even talking to you. You know, there's no reason to talk to me. There's certain things that you can control, man. But you know, you are in the flesh, so it's gonna be temptations, which what we're going into. But ultimately, the Lord's gonna always make a way for you to escape.
Yep.
You know, that was it.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I got one more verse.
Okay, go.
Sirach 2 and verse 5.
Oh, yeah.
For gold is tried in the fire, and
Yep.
acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
Yeah, and in that day, the scripture speak about the man being as the golden wedge of Ophir.
Yeah.
You know, a man
Isaiah
more
13.
precious than fine gold. There you go. Okay, even as the golden wedge of Ophir. All right. See, we're getting ready to be put on. We're getting ready to be put on a level, brothers. And you know, the brother mentioned April 20th, which we don't look forward to these dates in the aspect of, oh man, this is it. But
just a rumor on top.
you know, yeah, right,
Not
exactly.
even 100% confirmed.
But we know,
Better than silence.
yeah, exactly. But we know through prophecy, because when you go into 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, it speaks about measuring the times. So we know through prophecy, through Matthew, the 24th chapter, by seeing the things that are happening in the earth and connecting it to what the scriptures are saying, we know that time is coming. So Isaiah 4:1 is a prophecy. When a man is made more precious than fine gold, that's a prophecy. That's something that's going to happen. And we're already starting to see beginning stages of it. Now all of a sudden bitches don't care if you got another woman. Now they cool with it. You know what I'm saying? And then you got an Apostle Hart been doing a couple lessons on it. Like every other week, damn near. You know, women are complaining about the raise and increase of prices and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You want to say something?
No, yeah. As long as they give them a little bit of money,
yeah,
side chick's okay, you know.
Yeah.
As long
So
as they get
they're complaining about these things, and that's going to happen.
Right.
We're going to be made more, but we have to go through this fire as well. Because gold is tried, you know, through the fire, man. When you want to get gold to its purest form, you have to heat it up, you know, to a very high level. Okay, that's how you get pureness out of it. To the point to where I think they say if you can see yourself if you can see your reflection, you know, that's how you, or it's silver. But yeah, I mean, but shit, silver is a high level metal as well. You know, but we gonna be gold, but just, you know, if you can see yourself, yeah, exactly.
Same aspect with silver.
Right, exactly. You gotta heat it up to get the pureness of it. You know, and to get rid of the impurities. Okay? And that's what the Lord is doing. So when we're going through this hell, somebody hold that too, despise not the chastening of the Lord. Okay, go ahead.
I got two of them.
Yep, come.
So we was talking about, you know, when the Lord wake you up, you're not waking up yourself. When the Lord wake you up, this is what's happening. Matthew 12:43, when the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places, seeking rest and finding none. So that unclean spirit is coming out of you when you first wake up. You start acknowledging, damn, we've been going off, I've been doing this and that. That spirit begins to leave you.
Yeah.
It says,
Purged out.
Then he said, I will return unto my house from whence I came out. And when he is come, he findeth it empty, swept, and garnished. Then goeth he and taketh with himself 7 other spirits more wicked than himself, and they enter in and dwell there. And the last state of that man is worse than the first. Even so shall it be also unto this wicked generation. And so basically, you know, when you turn away from the truth and you go back, like I said, the dog turn to his vomit, and the pig
return to his father.
Yep. So when you turn back to wickedness, them 7 other spirits that come unto you. So that's why them guys that left the truth, you know, for even bad reasons, you know, they was in the camp doing this, you know, they didn't get kicked out for other reasons, kept teaching, and then reunited. You know, when you go backwards, 7 other spirits come into you, and this will also happen
too. Because when you leaving the truth isn't getting kicked out the camp. If you get removed from the camp, if you get suspended, that's not the end of your walk. Yeah, because they think that that's what it is. No, when you leave the truth, that's when you stop teaching the 100% doctrine. That's when you get lazy. That's when you stop doing what you were previously doing. If you was doing 3-4 videos a week, and then you go to doing a video every week and a half to 2 weeks, you have left the truth. You haven't, you know, yeah.
I got one.
Yeah, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It don't matter what camp you in. No, nigga, you left the truth because you are no longer teaching the truth.
You was just going out on Saturday. That's not enough.
No,
That's not enough.
because if that was enough, then that would have been the standard. But that's not. The standard is 3 videos a week and a street teaching. Some brothers do have multiple street teachings throughout the week. You know what I'm saying? Especially as, you know, the bigger the camp, because it may work better for. Dallas got what, Tuesday and Friday?
Yeah, Tuesday and Friday.
You know?
Sometimes they go out on Saturday.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, because it's a bigger camp, works for them brothers, but you have, you know, there's a standard. But once you leave that standard, that's when you left the truth.
But Satan will have you thinking that you in the truth. Oh, I'm still going out. No, nigga.
That's not enough.
You barely working. You're not working enough. You doing more than you doing more with the job for Esau than you is for the Lord.
Or even take it to a job aspect. You can't go working 40 hours a week to 8 hours a week and still expecting a 40-hour paycheck.
That's not even part-time.
Yeah.
That's not even part-time.
Nigga, what are you doing?
One day for fun.
You go tell your boss, you know what?
That's
Hey,
temp service.
if I could, Leah, I wanna I know I work Monday through Friday. I really just wanna work Monday and Tuesday. He can be like, well, nigga, you're fired. Because we're not, you know, I'm just gonna hire somebody else to do your job.
Because there's other people that can do your job.
Yeah. And they'll do it better. So, and that's how the Lord operates. Yeah. You know?
And I got this
Yeah,
last one. This
and then Malachi got it.
because I forgot what we was going into. But basically, I want to tie this in. So this is Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 4 and 5. It says, "For to a malicious soul, wisdom shall not enter,
Yeah.
nor dwell in the body that is subject unto sin." And that's what I want to tie in with that spirit, that evil spirit leaving you. You know, when you come to the understanding about who you are, then you turn right back. Ultimately, wisdom's not supping with you because you are subject unto sin. The Lord gave you over to that.
Yeah.
The Lord gave you over to Satan.
And
it's-
leave it, and then because especially with the women, because they wanted to snicker and giggle walking by, but sin began with them bitches. So wisdom obviously ain't gonna enter into them.
Yeah.
So that's why we're not like the Israelite camps. Hey sister, could you stop it? You know you an Israelite, man. No, fuck you.
Fuck that.
Them be the same hoes that come back in Isaiah 4. What do you guys?
Exactly.
And then we
They gonna know, and this is the part that we're talking about. When we spoke about us, the scriptures speak about us being more precious than fine gold. Like you said, these same women are gonna be circling back, and they won't be able to, because in that day, the spirit of the Lord is gonna be on His men, and we gonna be able to discern and look through we already can see through these niggas, man. You can just look at a nigga and tell y'all that nigga through.
You can feel like when you walk in the room,
Yeah.
be around certain people. We always be.
That's
we
why we
always
get uneasy.
Yeah.
We'll be out,
I don't know
you know what I'm
what's up
saying? Jake go out and indulge or whatever.
with that. Even if you're not
And
personally
this,
doing anything.
this brother just, hey man, nah, it's time to go.
Like the nigga that got punched.
Yeah. You know.
Didn't even
Oh.
bat the eye.
Oh my
And the brother
God.
went.
But it be multiple times, you know. This brother be like, hey man, hey, we should go and wrap this up because that was over with. And I'm like, man, damn, we had a good time. But I'm like, nah, let's go with the spirit. Because you don't know what the hell can happen after that.
I saw a nigga run. I'm done.
Yeah, oh no, hell no, you gotta get out of there.
One run, one.
But yeah, like you said with the nigga,
boom, get in the car. Get in the car.
this nigga, like I said, they get to arguing and shit, yelling. All right, it's time to go. Turn around, this nigga on the floor,
I was like, yep.
knees bent.
Car now.
It's like, yeah, nah, it's done. It's a done deal. And it's exactly why the spirit had it to where it was like, yeah, let's go and get out of here. Before, yeah, right. Before shit got more worse,
Yeah.
you know, because we don't know what happened after that.
Bishop Atazawan said, you know, we went to Atlanta, y'all got to move better as a unit, you know, because the times are coming in too.
Yeah.
And that's why it's best to take heed to the water. You
Yeah.
know, hey, it's time to go. You know, like the brother said, you having a good time, man. Fuck that good time. We can do that shit
You
in the
have a
house.
better time.
Yeah.
Imagine that in an actual battle.
Right,
Like
yeah.
overseas, if everybody's saying we getting out of here, you saying nah, well the truck's gone. Now you stuck there by yourself.
Yeah.
And now you gonna die.
Figure it out.
Yeah, so you gotta take heed to, like the brother said, a beautiful point, you gotta take heed to order. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got one more.
Yeah, come.
Verse 5, because we was talking about discipline. So, Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 5, for the Holy Spirit of discipline will flee deceit and
Yeah.
remove from the thoughts that are without understanding.
Yeah.
Backing you up, talking about how, you know, before you came into the truth, you didn't have certain thoughts. I mean, you had certain, I forgot how you said Salaki.
But
it's
you weren't battling these certain
that's it.
demons,
Mhm.
you know, or shit, any demon for that matter. You were a demon,
Mhm.
realistically speaking.
Mhm.
You know, Jake was through, lined up,
Mhm.
smoking.
God love everybody, bro.
Yeah.
He
You know,
died for this.
at the church.
pork.
Yeah, pork.
Mhm.
Getting baptized and shit, getting dipped in that water, that tap water with the hose, big ass hoses running down the damn
Outside.
the aisle. Yeah, from the outside.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it was right before I came into the truth, getting baptized and shit. Yeah, hose. You can see the hose. It's dirty ass water, bro. This ain't no true baptism.
Mhm.
But after that, I kept going back to church, but I was like, bro, something just ain't right, bro. Like my spirit started conflicting Because it was like I wanted to pretty much get to know the Messiah, but it was like something ain't clicking. Found the truth, you know, and then boom. Now, oh, there it is.
Whoop, there it is.
And see the nigga, when you coming back to church? Never, nigga.
Fucking lying.
Right, yeah, go ahead.
But it's been exposed, especially now.
Yeah.
In 2025, bro.
Yeah, if you're still a Christian,
if you're still
man,
going
you
to church
lose.
in 2025,
Well, you lost.
you know, you still going there, bro. You just meant to be destroyed. The Lord don't like your ass.
No,
God
not at
don't.
all.
Like I'll be saying, like, God don't like you, nigga. Like,
But they say God don't like ugly. It's you. You ugly. Go ahead.
Not first. Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 5.
Yeah.
For the Holy Spirit of discipline will flee deceit and remove from thoughts that are without understanding. It will not abide when unrighteousness cometh in.
Read that fourth verse again.
Right here.
Yeah.
Oh, fourth one?
The fourth one. Yep.
It says, Wisdom of Solomon, Salakia. Oh, did I say that right? Salakia.
No, yeah.
Yeah, Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 4. I was thinking about Songs of Solomon. I was talking to the brother in the car about that the other day. It would give me confused. It says, for into a malicious soul, wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in a body that is subject unto sin.
Right. So wisdom will not enter into a malicious soul. Okay, and that's pretty much the majority of our people in the state of this earth. They have a malicious soul, which I'll look that word up real quick.
malicious.
Yeah. Let's see what it says.
You know it sounds bad.
Yeah, it says harboring ill will, enmity, or hostility, showing ill will, spiteful, wicked, badness, unpleasant. Yeah, so yeah, evil. You know, an evil nigga.
I was just making sure.
And like we was mentioning, man.
Yeah.
You know, you can look at certain people and see, yeah, that nigga ain't right, man. You know, especially then women. Look at their eyes.
Yeah, most women ain't right.
The eye, what they say, the eyes are the gateway to the soul. You can tell in, you know, certain individuals' eyes, you know,
People have to get black.
they either sincere or, you know, they wicked, man. They got evil intentions, but you can tell it, man.
Some of these people, when you look at them, their eyes be black.
Yeah, they got demons on them.
Yeah.
They move like straight fucking demons. That's why. That's why.
Crane had a chime in on it.
Yeah, right. But that's why, like I said, you don't deal with any and everybody, man. And once again, as we get closer and closer to the end, the Lord is revealing more to us to see and showing not only us, but everybody, which we've already, you know, with these other camp leaders and shit getting exposed, we've already been telling you this shit. But now everybody is seeing it for what it really is. Like, no, these niggas are wrong. These niggas are wicked. They getting pegged. Okay?
Allegations of gold and
Yeah.
know,
Touching boys. Something.
What's it called? Extortion? Is it
Yeah, they're extorting. You know? Passover liners. Nate got a Passover liner.
yeah, in Kenya.
Yeah. Nigga, you went across the country to get a lineup. You shouldn't be getting one anyway.
We'll see what the barbers of Kenya hold for us.
Yeah. And the whole time, the nigga talking here, the brother over there prophesying, talking to a woman, getting nowhere, just losing, man.
It's all a joke.
But this is what's happening. This is what's getting revealed. But once again, even though we already know it, it's still getting revealed, and we're learning more and more as we get closer. So when that day comes, that's why Jeremiah 15 and 2 is going to play such a crucial role, because we're going to be in the spirit by then to know who is bullshit and who is full of shit. We're going to be able to identify. We're going to be able to look at a person, because that's women going to be flocking. And not in that aspect, but I'm saying niggas too. Okay, I'm like, man, I remember, you was teaching stuff. But you're gonna look at that individual and you be like, nah, bro. What you mean? Nah.
Even on top of that, why'd you wait till now?
Yeah.
That's automatically a red flag. Why'd you wait so long? You knew me for what, 10 years, 15 years, however long you've been in, 7 years, 4 years of teaching. But then now that all hell break loose and martial laws in the street, oh, now you want to hear a word?
Yeah, but some, now granted, we know that the prophecy that the remnant is going to come in and as you know, the flood sense, in big numbers.
Those were revealed that way.
Ladder, but exactly. But once again, that's gonna be, we're gonna be able to tell. So every because you may have certain brothers that you may come across and they'll follow under you, you know, they'll be under your tutelage during that time frame. But hey, look, it's me and my wife, you know, I believe in it, you know, and you'll see through his spirit. And man's, you know, he's of the elect. Come on, you know what I'm saying? But every nigger, every woman, they ain't going to be able to walk up, you know, and then especially the women aspect, because this ain't a coochie party. We're not doing this for that. This is to bring in the elect. That's it. So they ain't going to be able to just walk up, titties. Please, I'll do anything. No. No, we ain't doing it.
You think the Most High is gonna be like, oh my God.
Yeah, right.
No.
The Lord will give a damn about them
He
titties.
gave you the goddamn.
No, man, no. We're going to be able to see through the spirit and discern, hey, you either right or you wrong. That's,
They test it as well to see if they right. You say, well, what can you offer me? I can give you some head.
yeah, if that's your first go-to, absolutely not. Because we're not, what is that going to profit?
Exactly.
I'm carrying around another body.
Other women.
Yeah, right. You think if I want some damn normal, you know what I'm saying?
And when all hell breaks, you know Isaiah 4:1, you know, bringing forth the elect, that's what happened. But
that's not.
we're not worried about sex. It's not gonna be a sex orgy party. You got some Jake that believe that.
Punching in the bush.
Yeah, you want to martial law truth in the bush. No, man.
It's the same hoes that didn't pay you no mind in the world.
Yeah.
The same hoes that was all about just the money and your status.
What's that? That Mike Jones back then they
want me now.
now hot they all want me.
Because it's the same thing with women. Women have a plethora of men that they can choose from right now, but then they looking for the top tier men right now. They're like the one that got money, status, because they got 15 guys right there. They all got penises. They all got that.
Yeah.
But she's not just looking for that. She's looking for the one with money, status. It's gonna be reversed in that day. We're not looking for the one that got coochies, because they all got coochies.
Yeah, titties.
Yeah, titties.
We're looking for the one. Okay, you know how to cook. Okay, I already got somebody who can cook. You know what? You got something else you can offer real quick?
You have to bring something to the body.
You have to stand out.
You know how to decipher the good herbs from the bad herbs?
Yeah,
what can you do?
As the scripture speaks about, it speaks about the body.
Many offices.
Yeah, many offices. You have to bring something to the body, something that's going to add to what we have going. So what I have going right now, I have me. I have 3 other women. 2 of them have a kid. You know, this woman can cook. This woman can do this. She can do that. What can you do?
Yeah.
You know, I give you some head. That's not enough.
You're gonna get booted.
Yeah.
Like in that movie.
You get a boot to your head.
Yeah.
Cause I'm not. You ain't coming around us, man.
You've been doing that to all your nigga.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're giving something else, you know, that you done already dished out. Yeah, go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 15, verse 2. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth?
Yeah, where we gonna go? Go ahead.
Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith Yahweh. That's what the Lord said.
Right.
Such as are for death to death, and such as are for the sword to the sword, and such as are for the famine to the famine, and such as are for the captivity to the captivity.
Right. So pretty much.
Fuck off.
Yeah. Man. Go figure it out. Because like the brother mentioned earlier, you waited till this time to come to us for the answers that have already been given out. By then, Amos 8, real quick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Amos 8, real quick.
Get in NLT and read out the 13.
Yeah, because by you know, we've been, once again, we're out here still teaching. So that means you still have the opportunity, you have ample space, okay, to turn to Yahweh Shem Shai. But you disregarded the scriptures. 2, real quick. Can we also hold 2 Ezra 9? when it speaks about the those that had yet liberty, and then Sirach 5 and 7. Okay, you had ample time, ample space, and now you want to get right, and now you want answers from the men that was trying to give you answers for shit for the free. Which in that day we ain't gonna be charging, but we ain't teaching nothing. We're not gonna be in the middle of the wilderness giving a breakdown. No, yeah, hell no. Yeah, right. What do I need to do? Man, bro, I don't know.
Figure it out.
I don't care.
Yeah, you know.
Should have been.
I'm trying to figure this shit out myself. But we know we got the spirit. You know, go ahead.
Amos 8 and 11.
That was it, Mel?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
NLT, the time is surely coming, said the sovereign Lord, when I will send a famine on the land, not a famine of bread or of water, but of hearing the words of the Lord.
And what does it say? What did Yahushua say? It says, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word, okay, from the Lord. So this is going to be the most, or the biggest famine, or you know, it's going to have the biggest impact on the world. The word of Yahweh, the words of Yahweh being taken off the earth, that's going to have the biggest impact on the world. It's going to be worse than not having no food in the store. It's going to be worse than not having no water. Because through these words, that's how you're able to maneuver and survive.
Same life.
Yeah, we can still survive off the words of Yahweh Shem Shai. Now Jake ain't eating scriptures, so what? One may say, well, what do you mean? Well, we're going to be able to maneuver, and we're going to be guided through said things.
I had a question.
33:6.
Your body's going to tell you take a left. Well, the spirit's going to tell you no, take a right. Now you walk into a shelter, canned goods.
Just you.
Yeah, just you. Ain't no other niggas there. Ain't no nobody else coming. Oh, it's you and whoever else is with you. Okay, go ahead.
People will stagger from sea to sea and wander from border to border, searching for the word of the Lord, but they will not find it.
Yeah, they're not gonna be able to find it. They're gonna be going to and fro. They're gonna be asking everybody. They're gonna go to other camps.
YouTube.
Yeah, and everybody gonna be on YouTube. Because keep in mind, the world is still going to be operating. When you go into Revelation 13, it speaks about you not being able to buy or sell unless you have that mark. So the world ain't gonna be in this apocalyptic situation to where every nigga's homeless, nobody got food. The building's cut in half with vines running up it. No, the society is still going to be going. Yeah.
Because Esau still has an agenda.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not just gonna just kill the world, which as Yahushua said that if it was to continue on that they would eventually kill themselves.
Yeah.
But they have an agenda for the world to go into a certain order to where they have total control. You can't have total control. There's nobody here.
Exactly.
Or there's like what 2% of the population is still here, and 98% of the population is dead.
Yeah, so they're not doing that.
Yeah,
so they're going to continue to keep it going. So you know, it's going to be like the brother said. It's going to be necessary to have people. You can't just up and just throw niggas away. Nah, you still got to have people. Go ahead. Read it again.
Verse 12, people will stagger from sea to sea and wander from border to border, searching for the word of the Lord, but they will not find it. Beautiful girls and strong young men will...
Hey, and see, that's the thing. They're going to stagger to and fro. They're going to wander to and fro. And like you said, or like we were saying, the world's still going to be going. So YouTube, which they could cancel YouTube, but they're going to be looking for the prophet. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it could be more strict. Sign in with your chip. And then ultimately, what? The street teachings. Because niggas passes by. They ride by. Anybody that rides down this avenue once a Saturday, every Saturday, there's some guys. Because they could be picking somebody from the airport. What's that about? Oh yeah, they just out there. The park ranger, they still ain't fixed the lights. They know where we gonna be at.
Here's out that one Honda that always used to drive through here.
Yeah.
I ain't seen him in a while.
Yeah, right. Yeah, finally.
That jogging.
Yeah, the jogging. Yeah,
Hey guys. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they gonna know. They know where we're at. But then when we're taking off the streets and we're taking off of YouTube, okay, which you know, one could say, oh, well, we could be on Odyssey. Yeah, but how many niggas you know about Odyssey?
We have a hard enough time finding videos on YouTube now, trying to look up certain videos.
So how so much is that?
At that point, it would just be in-house.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be, and what we're doing now through the Spirit, a lot of things are, pretty much everything for the most part is now more so in-house. We're keeping everything in-house. We're not releasing any information. We're just gonna give you some scriptures. You know, anything else now, but even then, that's still kind of being retained. Go ahead.
It says, beautiful girls and strong young men will grow faint in that day, thirsting for the words of the Lord.
Yeah, thirsting for the words of the Lord. So that true famine is going to come through the famine of the word being put out on the earth. Okay, that was it. Go ahead, Malachi. You got the Isaiah.
Yeah, I got another one too.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
What?
Whichever one. You know.
Isaiah 33 and 33. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come.
Isaiah 30, Ezekiel.
That's what I said?
You said Isaiah.
Fuck.
Nah, you good.
Ezekiel 33 and 33. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them.
Yeah, at that time, they're going to know that they were amongst the prophets. You got to think. Because bros ain't orphans. Like, nigga, your family members, they're in one of the best positions ever. You have a man in your family that you have access to obtain the truth. And you're not using it.
Someone may have to cut you off.
Yeah. But in that day, they're going, damn. You know, I thought my son was crazy. Nah, he was right. I thought, even with some sisters, I thought my daughter was crazy. She should have left that man. No, they was right.
Thy people shall be willing.
Yeah, in the day of thy power. We can get that too. Because it's gonna take drastic measures for Jake to actually wake up and smell the fucking coffee. And for some, it will be their salvation. But for most, it will be too late. Because again, you're gonna have people in the latter days waking up. All right, but that's not the result for everyone. That's why we tell you, or that's why the scriptures tell you in Sirach 5, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord. Because you could take two individuals and one may be saved in the end, but you can't, just because he waited don't mean that you can wait. That was just his lot. And not to say he got lucky, but he was predestined.
That's what the scripture say. Two of a city, one of the field.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's just his lot. It's just he was appointed to be delivered later on in the end, in the 11th hour, at the last minute. But with others, you can wait at the same time frame, but it ain't gonna work out for you. Yeah, but why take that risk though?
Why take that gambling?
That chance is stupid. The water. Go ahead, bro. You had the other one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Isaiah 33 and 6.
There we go.
And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure.
Drake ain't gonna help you in the salvation. Cardi B, Megan Stallion, all these other weirdo things you got going, all that eating, mukbanging, that ain't gonna get you to salvation, man. Okay? Money. It ain't gonna help you. Okay?
And what did it say? The fear of the Lord is his treasure. And the majority of the earth doesn't fear the Lord.
Fear is the beginning of wisdom.
Yeah. So that means the majority of the earth don't have wisdom, and they don't have the treasure of Yahweh Bashim Yahshua. So how are they going to be able to operate in a high level stress situation? They already can't deal with this shit.
Bro, they don't know how to handle a snowstorm.
Yeah, niggas be
2 days we gotta run to the Walmart.
Yeah, the stores be flooded. If you get one storm, stores be flooded. Let me get 8 packs of 40. Let me get 8 40 packs of water.
Nigga, it's raining for 3 hours.
It's gonna snow for a day. You might be in the house for about a day and a half. Breathe. Like, you don't have to go and do all that shit. Stocking up on tissue and I never understood during the familiar disease the tissue. What was the tissue about?
And the Germix.
Yeah, why was that
Gloves.
such a thing? Niggas was making hand sanitizer, getting Everclear and then mixing it up with. Y'all was doing too much.
Yeah.
You
And
never heard
germs.
of Everclear in the
Yeah,
life.
and then germs.
No, right.
Yeah, and then germs, they always been a thing, but now since the familiar disease came out, COVID, we gotta wash our hands more. It's like, bro,
Supposed to been doing
you
that.
supposed to been
nasty
washing
shit.
your fucking hands, you nasty nigga. The fuck?
But you see how, like I said, people acted crazy over some of the basic shit. A common cold just cranked up more, times 10. They lost their damn mind. Hell no. They lost their damn mind. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god. Esau's losing.
It's like you.
Look like a T-Rex.
Man, right. That nigga ran like
Like a
a
formed
dinosaur.
T-Rex. That's a
A
formed,
human T-Rex out there. That nigga threw.
look like a human.
Esau one
Deformed
motivation.
titan.
Right.
God.
Yeah, he ran like a titan, goddamn.
The beast type.
Right. But yeah, basic level things, man. Look at how they treat Black Friday, for example. You know, people running over each other, trampling people over, killing, stabbing. Nigga, my
For-
PS5.
for a
It's
t-
just-
for a
it's
TV.
just- it's just- yeah, TV.
It's like, how many TVs do you need, nigga? It's
All because it's $80.
Don't forget
Yeah.
that Popeye's chicken sandwich.
Yeah, the
man.
chicken sandwich. Niggas losing their damn mind.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, losing their minds over the damn
I
sandwich.
bet that TV ain't gonna be $80 this Black Friday.
No, hell no.
But you can see over the past just a couple of
45%
years,
served.
you even with Black Friday, you saw that people were less and less attending that.
Yeah,
I don't even
it
think-
has
I
decreased.
don't even think my,
It has
I don't even think
decreased.
my parents even attended. They always attended. I don't think they attended last.
Cause niggas ain't got no money.
Yeah, and that too.
It's gonna be $800 for that TV this Black Friday.
But the thing is,
It's the same shit.
they're doing that, you know, based off of, you know, not tangible, but pretty much regular ass items. You know, some shit that you know you can't eat a TV.
You really don't need.
You know, yeah. So shit that you don't need, but you just want. So how so much as for needs? When it gets to the point to where bread is $8 a loaf,
Shit.
and it's only so much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they during the family, they was limiting how much you could buy on shit.
Yeah.
You can only get one pack of chicken. What kind of shit is that?
At mine, when I was in Kentucky, they said only one family member could go in.
Yeah.
couldn't
Yeah, so you
have, like,
send one
multiple
nigga
family
in
members.
to get the stuff. You send your cousin.
Yeah.
He come back, get another pack. No, man, nah. Hey, they gonna ration this shit. And it's what they call it? Controlled
Controlled observation. No, not observation.
damn, there's a word or phrase for it. But pretty much they're controlling it. You know, it's there's no actual shortage, but they're
Controlled
gonna
famine.
You know,
Yeah,
you're talking
pretty
about the market control, like manipulation of the market.
yeah. So
Kinda.
because there's no actual, like when they said there was a shortage of chicken wings,
They manipulate.
it's like how the hell is there a shortage of chicken wings? But they're just controlling it to where, you know, it works in their favor, so to speak.
Well, they still have enough.
Yeah.
Because if you tell somebody, because if like it's the end, and you just put a whole bunch of case of water out, everybody's gonna take that shit.
Yeah.
But then they gotta set it out to where even like 3 days later they still have some. Because if you set it all the water cases out that first day, it's gonna be gone that first day.
And it's gonna set it all up for that chip. You know, because that's when you're gonna actually be able to once again go, as the scripture say, buy and sell.
Because you
Yep.
may have one nigga that buys like 4, then you have another nigga that buys 10 cases of water. Now
Yeah.
you ain't got no more water.
Yeah.
So then that's when the government has to come in, the military got to come in. Okay, you get
Martial
a case of
law,
water, you get a case of water. You already came through.
Nigga,
so
we already
you
saw
can't-
you.
Yeah, we already saw you.
We
so
saw you
can't
and
get
your
no
wife.
more. Come back 3 weeks later, you get another. Three.
Yep. These things and what it say, wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of our times.
Yeah. And they're gonna make things a lot harder, like with the 15-minute cities. The scriptures
Yeah.
say that in the GNT, that we no longer access to the city. So going to the gym is gonna get limited. Going to the park is gonna get limited. Just living is going to be limited.
Yeah.
But with the 15-minute cities, they want to consist of all that within a 15-minute span. So you might be able to go to a park. But as far as like the brother saying, you might not be able to go out of town.
Yeah.
Ain't no more of that.
That
Unless you got
curfew.
a pass.
Yeah,
On that-
curfews. They're gonna
be doing
that.
they're gonna
plane
reinstate
traveling.
those curfews.
Remember the CO familiar disease, you know, when people couldn't leave at a certain time.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
And people was offing themselves, unaliving themselves just because they were stuck at home, felt like jail. A lot of these people ain't never even been to jail, man.
You had to know,
You know?
Australia.
And they were offing themselves.
Australia was real bad about that. The people would be at the park or something, then you had the helicopter flying over, and then they would be on the intercom saying, "Go home."
Imagine that, you big as hell. You got another nigga telling you to go.
Yeah. Go
You
home,
38.
And if not, you're going to jail
Yeah, that's some shit.
or fined.
But this is what we're getting ready into.
Yeah.
That's why we have to, once again, that scripture just said that wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times. Because the men of the Lord, the Spirit's going to be dealing with them to the point to where we're going to be able to, we're fine with that. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to look at that as a punishment. You got to stay in the house.
Right.
Nigga, I stay in the house already.
Yeah.
I don't really,
It ain't
what
gonna
I'm
affect
saying?
us anyway.
Yeah.
It's good. I got
That partying and dying to go out all the time, that shit's been going, man.
Yeah. But,
We ain't miss. Look, just to go and watch a nigga punch somebody.
and what's that one? The Murph for the Land? Yeah, Murph for the Land is gone. Yep. Get something? Yeah, go ahead.
Second Ezra's 15
And we still got that second Angels 9? Okay, go ahead.
in verse 14 on down. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein,
Yep.
for the
Death and
sword,
destruction. Whoa. All right, bad times. Go ahead.
for the sword Okay. and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hand.
Yep.
For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the courses of their actions shall stand in their power."
Yeah, they should not regard their kings nor princes, which is going to get to a point to where people are going to really be like, man, fuck the government, what they saying, man. So it's going to cause insurrection. I think that's the word.
Yeah.
Okay, rioting. You know, go ahead, brother.
The scriptures talk about that cruel Lord.
Yeah.
When it speaks about that, because they making it more rough for the people. When people are in distress, they're stressed out. The second Ezra 9, the uproars of the people. Yeah, go ahead. Look up.
I was gonna say he's bringing out to back you up. He's bringing out these draconian laws and measures. You know, and it's going to increase.
Yeah, it's gonna be worse.
You know,
Because Trump,
he's cooking.
he ain't putting that pen down, man.
Man,
when you look at Trump and you just watching what he got going on, that pen is not going down. He's been signing off on a lot of things, and he's even ruling you most. Nah, boy, girl, man, woman. Get out with all that other shit. Get out of here. You know, because and that's good.
Yeah,
You know, he's a heathen. You know, fuck him in general. But all them rules and laws good. Okay,
Yeah.
because we're tired of seeing all these fucking faggots walking around the earth, man. All right, everybody's getting real people who real deal down with, they're not really with it, which a lot of people are really not. They're glad that all that's getting put to a halt because everybody's tired of seeing all the freakism. That's what Biden brought in. Biden and Harris, they brought in the freakness. Started with Obama,
Yeah.
but these past 4 years, Biden been going crazy with the most. You know, and it's beautiful that the Lord is putting that spirit on Trump to get rid of all that shit, man.
Yeah. It's well due.
Prime example.
And ultimately, it all works out for the elect. You know, this is going to get very bad for the rest of you people, but for the elect, this is just the beginning of our greatness being shown. Because again, brothers are going to receive spiritual powers on this side.
Yeah.
You know, some brothers, okay? Brothers are going to receive power on this side. They're going to receive that, you know, honor, if you will. They're going to be seen as gold, as we was talking about. This is all it's going to start on this side. And the fullness of that is going to be when we get beamed up and receive those new bodies. and then after that, that's for
guaranteed
eternity.
power.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're not guaranteed getting spiritual power on this side. But you guarantee spiritual power on the other side.
Guaranteed safety though. That should be
Exactly.
enough.
Yeah, you're guaranteed safety, which
Ain't
is
no powers.
which is spiritual
Like,
power.
God
Yeah,
damn,
man, yeah.
bro.
Yeah, brother get power, and then you get upset. Nigga, he probably, well, not probably, he gonna come save your ass.
Yeah, I'm like, bro.
The
brother.
goal is to get saved.
I don't give a damn who get it.
Yeah, I don't care.
God does.
We're on the
as
same
long as-
fucking team.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit.
I read
Brother,
shit.
get me.
I read the brother that
Yeah.
the damn Edomite.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine
Oh,
the Edomite.
fuck.
He gets spiritual power.
Go through the door.
This nigga gonna
Hell
snap,
no.
do a Thanos snap, and just blow the damn earth up.
And if you're doing that, you know.
Yeah, if that's your
probably
mindset,
you're probably not.
You're not gonna receive it. You're not gonna receive power if you think I want to get power before this brother. You're not gonna receive it. You're gonna receive damnation.
Yeah.
You gonna burn in hell, nigga.
Like, Lord, just deliver me.
Inside.
Whether through
Hey,
a
there's
joke,
no
yeah.
hell.
Whether through a
Show
joke.
it.
Yeah, I'm joking.
Because brothers say all the time, getting out is getting out, man. Whether through the chariots, a martyr,
Right,
or spiritual power, we out
Yeah,
this motherfucker.
exactly.
As long as we see the sign of I'm getting the Lord's like I'm getting you out, brother.
Yeah.
That's what we're worried about, man. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to see. The Lord is delivering me and my brothers, man.
Yeah, and like I said, we just yearning to be part of that 144,000, man. You know?
And that's a fearful thing too for you to be in that mindset. Because remember, the Lord gave him power. The energy, not the energy, the spirit that's directly on him. The Lord can have that brother kill you. You know, the spirit.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're right.
You think now you out of there?
Yeah.
His brother done killed, but the Lord done killed you through him. That's
Yeah.
a fearful thing. That should
That's-
add more fear. You know, because brother might be able to read your thoughts. You jealous because the Lord gave. I didn't even do this. You know what?
Man,
All
right.
of a sudden,
He
you
can
out
go
of
from
there.
a healer to a hunter,
Yeah, like that.
just like that, and then go back to healing.
And that's in the scriptures.
'Cause
Because
we-
out the rebels.
Yeah, because we gonna because we are gonna, you know, like I said, those miracles are gonna happen. Man. You know, bros are gonna be healing and things are gonna be. We gonna be seeing shit like, you know, it's gonna be like, man.
Like that brother that had that dream,
Mhm.
that angel. He knew the angel when it came to stop.
Oh,
or
yeah.
kept
Yeah,
stopping.
yeah.
So they'll know. You know what I mean?
That's gonna happen too. Them, you know, them angels gonna be carrying out that judgment. And like I said, we gonna be seeing hella blessings. You know, for Akim. Bro's been dealing with shit they whole walk in the truth, and then a brother, you know, just fly down and then boom, dark as shit.
It's gonna be hell, but it's gonna be a relief too.
No,
It's gonna be a
we're gonna
balance.
see every aspect of this, and that's why we, you know, hey, we yearn for that day. You know, shit, I'm eager. Personally speaking, I'm eager to see how this is gonna go.
Excited,
You know what I'm saying?
also nervous, but excited at the same time.
Yeah, but it's anxious. You know, we're anxious for it.
Yeah, it's been very anxious.
You know, we're looking forward to it. Yeah, it's uneasy because you're in the flesh, but with us having the certainty within the scriptures, the Lord letting you know that letting you know that you're going to be set, you know, certified stamp.
Yeah.
You're gonna be good. Hey man, we look forward. We
Yeah, I
look
got
forward to it. Yeah, come on, go ahead.
Me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, come on.
Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 17 to 18. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days?
Yeah, who will deliver me in those days? Go ahead.
The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come?
Right, what shall you do? Because besides us, who else is prepping for the end times, man? Okay, and we ain't
Not
talking about
them.
not the doomsday purpose either.
Yeah, not the doomsday prepper, because just because you got a whole bunch of food stocked up for the next 8 months, I've been saying that lately, unless just because you got food stocked up for the next 8 months, you got that blicky. That don't mean you ain't. That don't mean you gonna make it, man. Yeah, carnal prepping. Which
It's not of
are
the
you?
spirit.
It's not of the spirit. Now, are you wicked for having extra water? You got 5 cases one day. You bought 5 cases of water. You may own a weapon. You have a fishing pole. Like, no, these things aren't wicked. But is that going to deliver you in that day? No, because the scriptures say that in Psalms 44:6, a key example, that my sword shall not deliver me in that day. Okay? And so keep that in mind at the same time. What's going to get you through it is Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. Yeah, may the Lord may have you get through things, and you may have a weapon. You may put somebody down, okay? But it's not that what you did itself getting you through it. It's the Lord.
We're not
That's what
gonna
the
be
people.
thinking.
That's
Like-
what the people are dependent on.
Yeah.
The food,
Yeah.
their storage, their weapons. That's what the people are dependent
Okay.
on. What we're depending on is Yahweh Shem Yahshua to deliver us, and not the carnal aspects of this life that we may get
Yeah.
while in this walk.
And I've seen people walk out the store with big jugs of water. We've all seen it. And it's like, we know what you're doing. And it's like, I mean, if you're not the elect, you're not gonna make it. Ultimately, if you're not a Jake, because mostly I see a lot of so-called white people doing it. You know,
we are 6 months later.
Yeah, here we are 6 months later. Nigga did it 3 weeks ago. Nigga did it 9 months ago. Niggas did it 3 years ago. You know, which these Edomites they know, but we talk about Jake, man. Them Israelites that just all walk by, they don't talk about, they're not thinking about the end times, man. They're on TikTok all day, just you know. And not measuring the time diligently. That's what the Lord commanded us to do. Measure the time diligently in itself. They're not prepping their minds. They're not rooting their house. They're not getting their house in order. They're not prepping. They're not trying. They're not going through the afflictions. Even if Jake is going through hell, ain't doing it for the Lord.
No.
You just out here in the earth just failing.
It's such as common to man.
Yeah.
You just going through the motions.
Yeah.
You dealing with the curses.
Yeah.
That's just it. But you're not battling anything. No, you're subject to the curses. That's it.
They don't catch hell and then be like, oh no, I need to pray. Oh no, I need to go on a fast. Oh, I need to call a brother. Like they're not doing that. And we know they're not doing that by just off of their actions. You know? They're not here. Bro, there's a whole crowd of Jeep that just walked by. They're all like,
yeah, I believe like 2 of those foreigners. I believe they look like they
even some of the little,
Jake.
Indian Jakes in the back.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, yeah. They look like some foreigners, but regardless, we damn sure know, regardless, all of them are heathens because they're not in the truth.
Oh, yeah, ultimately, yeah.
You know? If you're not in the truth, then, hey, you a heathen, man. This is a for sure way to know that you're an Israelite, if this resonates within your spirit. That's why it doesn't matter about what you look like. We don't do skin color or appearance. We don't judge off of that. I got this. Yep, come on. Romans 8 and 5, starting at 5, it says, for they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit.
Yeah, because the Lord can have the spirit on you to where you get extra water and certain things, but you know in your mind, I'm not doing this just because, I'm trying to be carnal with it. Nah, it's just the Lord just had it on my spirit to do that.
You're not thinking or you're not thinking Walmart for the water. You're thinking how about Shemal Shai. You know, you in wilderness, you find a deer park bottled water. Oh, thank the heavens for deer park. No, what the fuck?
It's like
Deer Park didn't get you that water. No, the Lord got
They
you. They
would have took it from you if they could.
Yeah. They'd probably take that shit back.
Remember that one time?
The gun, you know, the Lord allowed that gun to not jam to get you out of a certain situation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With a high point. You know what I'm saying? They're known for jamming, but just an example. We're trusting the Lord. Go ahead.
Because the example I'll use is, you know, if Satan was fucking with me that one night. Remember I told you I was dreaming that I thought I was getting robbed or someone breaking my house in the middle of the night. And I woke up and I really thought, you know, Satan was fucking with me. I really thought somebody was breaking in because I thought I was hearing something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had my, item. I had an item. But I was praying to the Lord at the door, and I thought I was hearing it. I was just praying to the Lord. Lord, give me to endure, what's about to go down right now.
Yeah.
But I have what I have, but I'm not putting my faith in that. Right. I'm just sitting here thinking about the Lord, and I'm like, let me endure this. If I have to whoop that nigga ass, if I got to do something, hey, be with me, Lord.
Yeah, regardless, weapon or not, order or not, the Lord is still going to be dealing with you. Because that's the thing, once again, we're going to have the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai to the fullest extent in that day, to the point to where bros will be able to go possibly 2-3 days without food or water. Your body's going to be operating different from these people. Now, when you go on Google, see, Google's a demon. When you go on Google and Google tells you the human body can only survive so long without this, so long. Right. Well, you at that state, your spirit is now overtaken. Your spirit is not on autopilot. No, it's turn that shit off. Let me take control. Yeah. The Lord is now controlling this. The Lord is now controlling this vessel to do A through Z.
You mind grabbing that real quick? Second, just to back up what I said. 2 Samuel, I think 2 and 6.
Mm-hmm. You want to get that real quick?
Yeah, real quick. Yeah, because this is back up what you just said.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're gonna, the Lord is gonna be taking care of us in that day. So that's why, what's that scripture that says, the Lord is on my side, I will not fear. What can man do unto me? Roughly paraphrasing. Okay. And yeah, on the aspect of what can man do unto, but ultimately, what's the worst that could happen? Realistically speaking, would you die? Oh, you're a martyr. Well, now you're in the chariot, waiting on other brothers for their salvation. That's a first class ticket. We ain't worried about this.
That's a man.
You know, bros that passed on and things, and we're seeing it, witnessing it.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
2 Samuel chapter 2 verse 6. And now the Lord shew kindness and truth unto you.
No, that's not it. That's not it. The Lord killeth, make it alive. It might be
Okay,
verse 6.
I was actually holding that.
Oh, you were holding that?
Yeah.
Yeah, grab that.
1 Samuel 2 and 6.
I'm getting too mixed up.
First, okay.
1 Samuel 2 and 6 to 7. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up.
Yeah, so like what the brother was saying with Google, because Google is a demon. You know what I'm saying? But the body can survive certain. No, the Lord has the power to keep your ass alive or dead. So
I got
even if the
another
Lord wants you to be alive with nothing for 5 days, that's the power of the Lord to keep you alive with nothing for 5 days. Okay? Fuck all that Google shit. Alright? Yeah, I mean Google has some points here and there, ChatGPT has points here and there, whatever, but ultimately the Lord is what's controlling everything.
Reminds me too of when was it Daniel that went on that post?
Yeah.
When he went on that post, he abstained from eating the king's meat because pretty much they thinking that that's the the way to go.
Yeah.
You know, but the Lord can have it to where you just have a completely different diet or shit you ain't eating at all, and you're still gonna be fine. And it just goes to show that as long as we trusting in the Lord, that's gonna work for us.
Brothers barely eat now.
Man.
Especially like Jake do a lot of intermittent fasting, man. You know, Jake, I told you that one thing a day.
Or Jake ain't got the money.
Oh yeah, or Jake may not even have the funds for it, it happens. Might as well go on a fast, man. No? Demonic. Alright.
Go ahead, bro.
Psalms 34 and 19 in the NLT. The righteous person faces many troubles, but the Lord comes to the rescue each time.
Yep, read that again.
Psalms 34 and 19 in the NLT. The righteous person faces many troubles, but the Lord comes to the rescue each time.
Yep, the righteous person faces many troubles, but the Lord comes to rescue every single time. Sirach 2 and 10. Okay, the Lord never abandons his believers, man. So we're going to be taken care of. And again, we're not going to be put in the Lord ain't going to put you through a 2-week fast situation. Like that don't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. You deteriorating. Nigga, you need strength to get out and, maneuver, go through the earth. Okay?
It's just dead.
So
Always dead.
he's gonna the portable or the phone?
Portable.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Phone's on 20.
Shit.
Put on low power mode.
What time we start?
5. We started
I said 15.
Oh, it said 20, but I'm pretty
Oh yeah, okay.
Like
Good.
36.
But yeah,
Yeah.
the Lord is on.
That was only on 2.
He's gonna take care of us, man.
2 circles?
Like I said, we ain't gonna beat through
When
no
I pressed it
situation
the
where
first
we're
time when we
going
started, it was
weeks
only
on
on
in
2.
without substance.
2 out of 4.
Now, like I said,
Oh,
you could have to go a day, 2, 3 days even. But he's not gonna have you deteriorate, looking like, you just came out the big cold.
Destitute.
Yeah. You a product
I'll get
of
that
a big Dolph. With the hitman, Mr. Adolf. You came out of one of his camps. No, you gonna be good, bro. What's that? What does that mean? Hey, shut up. You gonna eat? Oh,
Yeah.
so,
Man, fuck you.
yeah,
You
fuck you. You gonna eat?
I got the word.
It was that big nigga.
I know who you're
he used to
talking
be
about.
big. Fat boy, I think. SSE or some shit like that.
Yeah,
I think it was him.
Yeah, he was like, man, fuck you. You gonna eat?
Yeah, but yeah, man, the Lord's gonna take care of us, bro. That's why we're not worried about anything, and you shouldn't be. Malachi got something real quick, and then you got it.
So I got the word for destitute. It says without the basic necessities of life. Similar words as penniless, impoverished, poor, poverty-stricken, ruined, needy, in need,
Yep.
deprived.
Yeah.
So basically, like it says in Sirach, talks about the principal things of life. The Lord, that's that daily bread.
Yeah. Right.
So brothers might be higher or lower in certain situations, and every brother's got their own bed to lay in. But at the end of the day, everybody got some goddamn sheets.
Yeah.
Everybody got a mattress. Everybody has a roof over their head. Nobody's fucking through. Nobody's over here with a cardboard sign. Nobody's over here in a Flintstone car running instead of having wheels. Everybody's got what they need to keep going. And that's how it's going to be in that day too. It's not going to be any different. I mean, it will be different.
Yeah, it will be.
But because there ain't going to be no landlord, but you still going to be taken care of is what matters.
Now, are you about to sit there in a 5-star hotel with heat in that day? No. But the Lord's going to be able to keep you afloat. The scriptures even also say, give us our daily bread.
You're not going to have that Hamite belly.
Yeah, you're not going to have that.
Yeah. There's a word for that shit. I can't remember. But yeah, them niggas be through.
Toes out.
Yeah.
Crusty.
That nigga with the bread was grabbing the bread.
We won't do that.
This nigga sitting there crying with bread
Yeah,
in his
yeah, I
hand,
know.
hungry as hell. Nigga, just
the
eat the
ground,
bread.
it's on
Yeah.
the ground.
Yeah, nigga, eat the bread.
No, he said he has a chicken behind him.
Yeah. He told all them chickens, nigga, you better get up and eat. You know? We gonna be good, man. And like we're getting into, you know, well, I'll say that after. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 65:13. Therefore, thus said the Lord power, behold, my servants shall eat,
Yeah.
but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed.
Yeah, so and now what I was gonna say in the same aspect, there's nothing wrong, and really you should, but there's nothing wrong with learning certain things because it really is basics. But you should know, you know what I'm saying, how to kill it, how to, you know, clean a chicken, how to do this, you know, how to clean some dirty water, you know, boil it in and then re-boil it, you know, things of that nature. These are things that you can pick up on over time. It's not going to guarantee you salvation, but it's good. Just like with bodily exercise. Scripture say bodily exercise profited little. Still profits, you know, still good to do it, but it ain't gonna. That's not the end all be all.
A good place for the animals is fish.
Yeah,
That's probably one of the easier ones that you can learn.
but
How
yeah,
to
it's
cut up.
definitely, you know, get in, you know.
That's a good place to start.
Yeah, it's good to get into knowing how to fish, how to clean one. You know what I'm saying? How to, like I said, chicken. If you could run across the damn chicken, Lord, just, you know, a live one.
Bandage a simple wound.
Yeah, right.
How to clean yourself
Self-care, things of that nature.
Because when you don't learn, if I may add, if you don't learn these type of things now, that's kind of prideful. You just think that, you know, I'm gonna be good, instead of like doing the simple necessities that take care of yourself, even within this life, even throughout this walk, man. That's cause I listened to the bros in Atlanta last night. They said you don't know how to do the simple shit, man. That's kind of prideful that you don't know how to do the simple shit, man. You don't know how to. You don't want to go work out. You don't know how to save money. They said you can't put $20 back, because we was talking about the other day. They said in the lesson last night. They said you can't put $20 back in check, man. that cut me. I'm like, shit. So that's kind of pride. They said that's prideful that you can't do the simple necessities that may lead you in that day that you need to know how to do.
That shit can save your life.
Yeah,
exactly.
You never fucking know. And like you said, picking up on certain things, especially like certain life survival things, you know, it's very beneficial if you know how to start a fire. You know what I'm saying? Certain materials.
Or get something that
something that can
fire.
do.
Yeah, something.
You know, like everybody should, you know, I believe everybody should have a bug out bag.
You got the little fire stick.
Flint thing. Flint steel.
For like $15.
I got that bug out. We got them bug out bags.
Yeah. Because this bag like yay big. It comes with fishing line. I put some hooks in it.
Jerky.
It got I put the life straw in there. That's in there. You know. Now, granted, once again, but you know, all hell break loose. Where's my bag? No, you know.
Because you might not even be able to have it.
Yeah, exactly. You might have to actually dip.
Yeah.
So you ain't got no time to necessarily
You
grab
see
it.
the martial law troops outside. You grab the bag real quick.
Yeah, right.
Nah.
Then you about to get caught.
You need to go.
But if you have the skill set of doing certain things, well, you'll still be better off.
Right.
And once again, it's not necessary. It's not a necessity for salvation, but it's going to make it easier, if you will. You know, it's going to help you.
As they say in the world, which they say acquire a trade. Get a trade.
Yeah,
You need a trade. You need to know how to do this.
Hands-on experience.
Yeah, you need to know how to do this. Like they say, okay, you want to be more successful in life, well, learn a trade. Well, this is that trade, man. Learning how to do. It ain't even gotta be everything that we're mentioning. One or two things. Something.
Apply
But you ain't not doing something.
But first and foremost, start with the scriptures.
Exactly.
Start with the knowledge of Yahweh Bashim Shai. Once you master that, but when you master that, it opens up. We're Israelites, so we know how to do any and everything. If you give a Jake anything, he gonna flip that motherfucker. That's just in our nature to do. So especially with you being in the truth, having the wisdom, to move better than these people in the earth. Hey, there's no reason why we shouldn't be more knowledgeable in certain aspects, and that's hell to myself first and foremost. But that's really a challenge. You know what I'm saying? That bros should take upon themselves, man. Get out of all the things we listed, just find something to where you can master that or you can get better at it. And pick up on it. Go ahead.
I want to add to something, and I learned this in Boy Scout, is that you can make a fire with your shoestrings.
I heard about that.
That's something else too. You don't have like a bug out kit, you on the run, you need to make a fire, you can do it with your shoestring. But if you want to know the rest, look it up for yourself. I ain't gonna teach you that.
Yeah, right.
This ain't a nature.
I teach the brothers, but
This ain't a nature.
No, not even us.
We
can
gonna
look
break
it up
down at
too.
the camera.
What they say.
We had 10.
You know how to turn
10,
lemon into lemonade.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Yeah, man. This is Romans 8:6. It says, "For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace." And if we're carnally minded, as it says, it's death. All right. Now again, we're mentioning carnal things and what have you. All right. But really, there's a spirit attached to it. Okay, come on. There's a spirit attached to it, if you will. And ultimately, we're not basing our salvation on these things.
He got the quarterback.
The fact of having to know how to do this and that and that. No, we trust and have faith in Yahweh Bashim Shai. Okay, you got something?
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
a
go ahead.
precept for you. Ecclesiastes 39:26. The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and blood of the grape, and oil and clothing.
Yeah, and these are, like I said, pretty much the basics to life. Okay, these are the necessities in which Esau charges for all that, which is bullshit. But we should still have some type of knowledge of interacting with those basic things. Because we've been robbed of that. We've been robbed of basic life skills. You know what I'm saying? We don't know how. Yeah, like I said, it's not a well-known thing to how to clean certain animals. Catching shit, cleaning the fish, cleaning the chicken, a deer. Yeah, making shelter. But
making clothes.
A great thing to do. Like I said, just learn up on something. I grew up when back in the day, because I don't watch him no more. I don't even know if he still does it. Well, I think he does. Yeah, Les Stroud. I think that's his name. But the show was called Survivor Man.
Yeah.
I watch that all the time. So the basics of, I'm watching this nigga stay at a place for a whole week and just getting it off the land. So, I've retained some of that stuff to where I'm able to do it, and I've even done some of it. So just like I said, pick up on those certain things, do some research. But have the basis, like I said, because you can't just be out in the wilderness, man, and you just find a creek and you just get to drinking that shit. No, you gotta get a heat to that. You gotta get like at least 2 to 3 times, really 3. Okay, bring it to a boil, filter it out, bring it back to a boil, get all them parasites out of it. Cause you fuck around drinking the wrong water, your ass gonna be in the water.
Don't drink. You gotta. It's like lake water. Don't drink that.
Yeah.
Don't even boil it.
It's got to be flowing.
It gotta
Yeah,
be
flowing water. Yeah, flowing.
Sitting water, dead. They call it dead water. It's just fucking horrible.
Yeah.
And like I said, don't put too much into like with the life straw. I wouldn't just go to any stream
Yeah, right.
and just
try
get going. Like, nah. Still at least, yeah. But still at least still at least try to get a board to that if you can. You know, but ultimately the Lord's gonna provide in the end of the day. So we don't really worry about it. But we're just saying that for sake. You say something? Okay, go
For us, what anything else, just because we're sake of it.
Oh,
Yeah, the battery.
all this stuff that you learn from Esau, they got it from us ultimately.
Yep.
Because we taught them how to live. Gad, Reuben, the tribe of Judah. We all taught them really how to take care of yourselves. And so that's
Gad,
important. Yeah, Gad.
Yeah, Gad, Reuben,
I'm out of babe.
6, yeah. Yeah, because they didn't know how to do this shit. Jake was living off the land. And we're about to get ready to be in that position, so it would be wise, it would behoove you, okay, be in your best interest to at least get an introduction to it. Again, basics. The same thing with the scriptures. Just knowing the basics. Now don't stop at the basics. If you can expel, or grow into certain aspects, but ultimately it's better to be well-rounded. A well-rounded player is way better than a nigga that can only shoot threes. Because he can shoot threes, but can he play defense? Can he play defense? Can he make a layup? You know what I'm saying? Can he, do other aspects of the game?
Is he good off the court?
Yeah. Is he coachable?
Is he eating right?
Yeah, right, exactly. So it all plays, hand in hand. But Romans 8:7, it says, because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High, for it is not subject to the law of the Most High, neither indeed can be. So then they that are in the flesh cannot please the Most High. And we're talking about these, survival skills and whatnot, but the things that's separating us from, what is it, what they call doomsday preppers? They're fully set on that. That's their end all be all. That's the only way that they see getting out.
Yeah, they put most of their skill points to survival, and they put 1 point to spiritual.
Yeah, because when you play the game, like creating a player, you put this nigga speed on 99.
He can't shoot.
But the nigga, like, especially because I used to create it back in the day on football, speed on 99. So yeah, he can hit the hole like a motherfucker, but
he fumbles.
This nigga ain't. His strength is at 46. Like
can't route run.
Yeah, he can't run routes. Can't hit,
catch.
Fumbles. Can't catch. His awareness is not in tuned. So you got to be well rounded. You know what I'm saying? You have to just pretty much level it out. But with the doomsday preppers, they're putting all their eggs in. I got food.
Bunkers.
Yeah, in a bunker with some guns.
But I got guns.
But you didn't think about the Lord. You didn't think because anything is possible. You know what I'm saying? You think that bunker is secure until the nigga get in. You know what I'm saying?
Or it's just you never get to it at all, like you said.
Yeah. Or yeah. You on the way to the bunker, your tire pop. Now you going off a bridge.
Or you got a bunker, but then you take the MOTB.
Yeah.
So what was the point in the bunker?
That was the point.
Shit just kept, nigga. You could save the money, put it on your chip. Go ahead, bro.
Oh man.
Matthew 4 verse 17. From that time Yahushua began to preach and to say, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
That's the message. That's why we're out here to warn the people, warn our people. All right. Ultimately, we're here for the elect. Okay. The scriptures say that Yahushua said, go for it. I'll make you fishers of men. Okay. And that's what we're here. We're not here to bring everybody. All these jakes that kept walking by and bowing their head and not, batting the eye. They're not of the elect. Okay. And they're going to be the main ones wanting to get this word, and it's going to be too late. Okay? The scriptures say, make no terror to turn to the Lord and put it on from day to day. All right? We got this word. We Gucci. Okay? And Lord willing. But we say it with confidence. Lord willing, but with confidence. Hey, we Gucci, man. Because we got the word. We keeping our medicine strong to the best of our ability. We're the ones that's watching and doing what Yahweh Shai commanded us to do, man. Okay? So we gonna focus on us. While you niggas wanna run around being clowns, cool. You wanna claim to be an Israelite and then be also Mr. Pegatron? Hey, fine. We'll see how far you get in that day, man.
It says we're going to inquire how the righteous shall be saved.
Yeah.
We're not worried about how the wicked going to be destroyed. They're going to be destroyed. That's enough for me.
Yeah.
Niggas going to die? Bet. All praises.
And that young thug, somebody gonna die today.
Yeah.
You know? And that's gonna be you 2/3.
Yep.
Alright? So, Lord, when this lesson was edifying to the body and to the fold claim. And so before we get out of here, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Chakodash.
And once again, double honors to the apostles and those of GMS that's pushing his word in the spirit power of Yahweh Shai. Brothers and sisters, he fight his good fight of faith. And let no man take that crown. Shalom.
Shalom.